Let's put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we come to you in this hour, asking for your guidance and protection to our virtual gathering today. We thank you for the gift of life, the gift of family, the gift of work, and the gift of friendship. We thank you for this great opportunity to bring us together in this session as brothers and sisters. Bless the committee, the facilitator, and the attendees of this gathering. May we continue to value and appreciate the true essence and meaning of life with the help of your grace. And as we go along our discussion today, we humbly pray that you would deepen our understanding. Lord, enlighten us and give us wisdom every day. Forgive us for our shortcomings and remind us to always be mindful of the things we do in life. We offer our life and our decisions to you, O Lord. May this gathering today create a memorable experience and a fruitful outcome. We ask this through our Lord Jesus Christ, our Redeemer and our Savior. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Maayong hapon. It's nice to see half of the participants are
Good
coming
afternoon.
in. And hi to Dr. Carmen. Hi to our colleagues from the other university. And of course, to our colleagues from Silliman University. Good afternoon. Daghang salamat for completing the 3 days. I know the 3 days webinar session in an afternoon session is not easy, especially if we are finishing perhaps all our requirements. I mean reports and some grades. No, so today, this afternoon, we will complete the crash course, the remaining 4 hours um, intended for the last two topics. And let me share my screen. So today is day 3, and during the day 1, we were able to discuss on tools for literature search together with and then on day 2, day 2 are the following: data collection tools, tools for analysis, and tools for proofreading and checking. And this afternoon, we will talk about the advanced tools for research writing, particularly on inserting symbols. Why we added this? Because especially if you are into quantitative research and you usually include figures and symbols like weighted mean, like frequency, like your the p-value, and those are basically easy to find, but unfortunately we are using and inserting wrong symbol, no, kaya nabubogs ang paper kasi symbol pa lang mali na. And header and footer, and at the same time the break. And then adding table of contents, footnoting, and word count. I will be introducing also writing on the cloud, especially nowadays that we do online writing. I mean online collaboration in terms of writing articles. And I will be sharing also some trends in publication, creating your digital identifier using your ORCID, and then indexing literature using Google Scholar, and then sharing and following research using academia and ResearchGate. Just like for the past 2 days, you can input or log in your smartphone and at the same time your desktop or your laptop, your research interest and your research paper. The screen name, please change that for easy recognition. Okay, so advanced tools for research writing. For sure, these tools, you were able to see this in your Microsoft Word. It's just that it's difficult for you to find where to or where these tools are located or situated in the file menu of your Microsoft Word. So I will be talking about, as I mentioned, inserting symbols, adding table of contents, footnoting, word count, and the one I'd introduced, writing on the cloud. Okay, so at this juncture, I want you to open your Microsoft Word. I will stop my screen and open my Microsoft Word. And then I will also open my draft paper. And sharing again my screen. Microsoft Word is here. Okay. Okay, inserting symbols, header and footer and break. So what are those? Let's start first with symbols. No? So what are the common symbols that we use in writing research paper? The one I'd mentioned, weighted mean, yung parang italics na X na may bar, no? Tapos yung iba, ang ginawa, X lang, small letter X, and then mean, which is supposedly not, no? So where to find those symbols? I want you to go to your insert menu. Go to insert menu. The insert menu is found here after home. If you are using your, what's your Microsoft Word? May I know what's the version of your Microsoft Word? So go to insert. So say for example, like this one, um, okay, this is a symbol. Okay, it's not letter X, but it's a symbol. So how to insert a symbol? So for example, you wanted to insert here, go to insert menu and look for symbol. Let me know if symbol is not found in your menu. Let me know if symbol is not found in your menu so that we can assist you to find or to activate your symbol. For sure, because that is basic, it's found in your menu. So the symbol is here and that is the symbol. What you will see, if you will go to your more symbol, this is what you usually see perhaps. Okay? But to make it, to have a shortcut into that, to have a more comprehensive insertion of equation, look for equation, not symbol. Look for equation. You click on that equation menu, and then there is actually a template like the the Pythagorean theorem, quadratic formula, and so on, especially for mathematics. For sure, for mathematics teachers, they are very familiar with this function. But for us, our objective is very simple, just to insert a mean symbol. Go to insert equation. This is insert equation. Then there is a statement there, type equation here. So let's just type small letter x. Okay. And then that's the uh that's your symbol. Okay, but if you will do that, that is still the entire thing and do to make it only for letter X. But that's not the one, it's not similar to this. So how to do that? I will transfer another one. I'm still demonstrating on how to do it. Parang common mistake. Okay, so from there, from your from your equation, and then you can go to the different, after viewing all of this, you can go to insert new equation. Okay, and then at the insert new equation, this symbol will appear. Okay, this symbol will appear. You look for accent. Okay, you look for accent, and then look for this bar na accent. Look for bar accent. You click on it. You click, and then you highlight. You highlight those dotted square, and then you type X. Then you have now your mean symbol. You can do that, and then just position your cursor before letter S. Then you should have a space in between. So that is inserting for a mean symbol. Again, how to do that? You position your cursor where you want to insert the mean symbol. Then go to insert menu, look for equation. The equation is here. And then insert new equation. Instead of typing immediately, go to the structure. This is the structure, particularly accent structure, and look for bar. Bar is usually on the third from the second column. Third row from the second column. So third row from second column. This one, this is a bar. Then you click on it, and then the structure accent bar is inserted. Then box, uh, what is this? Forward, I mean backward symbol, or select or highlight. You can actually use your mouse and then highlight, and then type X. And then move your cursor out from the placeholder. Okay, and then you can back and then put a space bar. So that is how to insert a mean value. Let me know if you are not able to follow. Next is inserting header and footer. Most of the time, there are header and footer. What are those? So say for example, you want your name, no? You want your name that in all page, or you want that in all pages of your document, the title will appear as a header, and your name as the author will appear as a footer. So how to do that? You can actually either write here on the top, but the problem, if you have 20 pages, you will type or copy and paste 19 times. You don't need to do that. In just one input, the header and the footer will automatically be copied to all pages. Okay? So how to do that? How to do that? Go to insert menu, and look for header. Okay, this is header. And then drop down. Okay, you click on the header. You look for a header that you like. No, in my case, I want the plain one. I want the blank instead of the blank 3 column. There is also Austin. There is also banded, and then even page. So I will just use or choose blank. You click on blank. Then there is an instruction type here. So say for example, my title is here. I will type here how employers protect data and privacy, measuring trust in the digital world. So that's my header. Okay. So once your header is active, it is actually automatic that your footer is also active. And your footer is here at the bottom part. That is what you call footer. Okay, so there is a footer part. You can double click your footer. If you are at the header here, all you have to do is to move down using your mouse, and then you click at the white space for footer. And then you can type. Like in my case, Dave Marshall. I can actually copy paste the authors here. And then the header and the footer can be formatted also. Like in this one, you can put it on the center, home, center. You can also align, you can use also align right. You can also add color to your text. It's similar, just like any ordinary text processing. Okay, so I have now, I'll also put a color into this. So I have now my header and I have now my footer. So once you're done, you just point your cursor at the body of the document, any part of your document, so that it will be out or exit from the header and the footer section. So this will appear. Page 1, I have my footer na, and then I also have my header and footer. On page 2, the same. Look. Page 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so even if that is thousand of pages, and if you are using your header and footer, it's automatically be added as a header and as a footer. Okay, again, all you have to do is to just find insert menu and then look for header function. Let me know if you cannot find your header function or your footer function. You just click on it, choose the template you like, and then you can start typing. Okay, next to header and footer is the break. So what is that break? Okay, di ba most of the time when we write, there are some like for every new chapter, it should be situated on the first line of the next or of another page. No? Let's say, for example, this one. This is a section. Section should be always at or on the top of a new page. Just like this, methods, first page. And then result is not the one. Most likely, what you will do, if cases like that, siguro yung iba ang gagawin, enter, enter, enter. enter, 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 and then it will be placed on the second page. But the problem is, what if you added a new sentence here, like this, and then it goes down, and then you press enter pa hanggang sa pumunta na siya sa baba. And then, when you notice, ulit ka na naman, back, 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 delete, delete, and so on. Walang katapusang setting ng section header. So what you will do is use your break. We will break a white space so that a new section, a new page will be created for you, regardless of how many pages you are going to insert. Because tendency, what if you will have a text that will consume 3 pages, the tendency your result and discussion will also move, and you won't know if that result or that section for result and discussion gonna be on the first line. Kaya gagamitin natin is break. So how to do that? So I will put it here. Okay. So anong gagawin? Position your cursor at here before the word, before the title of the section title. You go to insert menu, still on the insert menu, look for page break. Okay? And then you click on page break. When you click page break, automatic, the section is now moved to another page. Parang similar siya with the enter, 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 but there is really a big difference. So for example, if you are into this, assuming you are typing na, and then you press enter key, kahit nag-enter key ka dyan, hindi siya nagmo-move. Okay? O what if nag-enter key ka pa rin, and then your new sentence, sorry. Okay? And hold on. Page break, and then there, page break. So for example, nag-input ka, and then you press enter, input again, and if you notice, it still remain on that particular position. Okay, alam kong makakatulong talaga ito in writing for those especially hindi pa alam about break. So you are breaking a page just to make sure that your new section will always position on the first line of a new page. That is the function of the break. Please don't hesitate to message us if you have questions or if you're not able to follow. Okay, next. How many of us here experience making a table of contents na when you print, hindi talaga mag-align? 'Di ba? Tapos space bar and everything. And when there is an added content, the page number is also changed. Then you will manually change. And it's a little bit a big problem, no? Because it will really consume your time changing all the table of content. So siguro ang gagawin, yung iba, will place this on the second page. Anong gagawin? Just click page break. It goes to the second page. And then perhaps you will say, table of contents. Okay, introduction. No? And then gusto kasi may dot, 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 dot. Yeah, no? And then, let's say 2. And then write again, statement of the problem. and then dot. Oh, I think it's parang ano na, naka-align na, and then 3. And so on and so forth. O what if pagdating dito, there is additional page, o the tendency is you will manually edit your page. Okay? So let's solve that problem. The fastest way that you can do is inserting, using the insert menu pa rin. Use the insert menu, and then we can apply either a table or some other tricks. Okay, let's try. Okay, it's either you can do this by using your table or not, but it's not really the automatic way of doing it. Okay, let me stop first my screen and I will open an example. Hold on for a while. Okay, sige. So let me share my screen again. Screen 2. Yes, okay. So let's remove this because it will not help. Okay, so if you know already the section of your document, all you have to do is to just highlight them. Highlight them, okay? And then you go to references, home, and then references. Okay, and then look for add text. Okay, and then because this is the first level, introduction first level siya, from the add text, just click level 1. Okay. Automatic yung default niya, no? Ang default niya is naka-align left. But actually, you can put that on the center again. It's just actually a message that you were able to apply as a level 1. Okay? So when you hover your mouse, you will see a symbol telling you that it's part in the table of contents. Another one. Again, select and then go to references and then add text, then level 1. Then you can actually still apply and then put it there. At methods. And then here I will add again references, add text, level 1. This time there is a level 2 header. So I mean a title. I will just select this and then go to references, add text. I will choose level 2. Okay, and then you can apply your own format. I will do the same for the rest. Demographics, references, add text level 2. Okay, then you can apply whatever format you like. And then I will do this, insert, references, add text level 2. And then in references, add text level 2. And then my conclusion is level 1. Okay, so assuming you're done with all the triggers that they are part of your table of contents, You go to your first page, and then you go to references, and then table of contents. You click on it, you click, and then you just choose what you like. You can choose automatic, you can choose manual. Let's just use the built-in automatic table one. Click enter. Tarang! Automatic, you have your table of contents. Then siya nang bahala mag-indent. Siya nang bahala mag-dot-dot. Siya nang bahala sa page number. Ang kagandahan is, for example, take a look. This is employment profile. The conclusion is on page 11. Assuming while writing, your conclusion is here. Okay, page 11 siya. Assuming na-move siya to the next page. Assuming. So it should be page 12. Let's try to see if the table of content is also moved. Oh, hindi siya naka-move. No, still on page 11. All you have to do is to just update. Okay? You just click your uh, table of contents holder, mag-appear si update table. You click on it. When you click, update page numbers only or update the entire table. I will use the update entire table. And then, okay. So, na-change na si page number. For example, you misspelled or you just added a, let's say, for example, it should not be methods, but perhaps research research methodology. Okay, methodology. Okay, you edited it and then click update table. Entire table. So automatic research methodology now is changed. Were you able to follow? I hope for new to this, I hope you can appreciate this because this is really, really helpful and make your life easy in making your table of content. Especially yung nag-masters, especially yung nag-dissertation, nag-thesis. Most of the time, ito yung pinaka towards the end towards the end na tapos gagawa ng content and you have a problem, mali-mali yung page number. Kaya if there is a panel in the graduate school and then pag ako ang panel, oh, talagang the students will always take care of all this page number sectioning because sometimes they are or most of the time they're not familiar with the pagination or content and others. Okay? If you have question, yes, Ma'am Marino, it's really amazing. No, because I was once when MS Word is not that popular before. Dako, gyud kayong problema ng unsa na ganito nga page, mag-usog na sad. Pardon me if I'm speaking Bisaya for those who are colleagues from Manila. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Okay, next is footnote. Footnote is different from footer. No, alam siguro natin 'yan. I'm not sure is uso pa ba, but most of the time, especially ako, may mga proposal kasi na may mga funding agency that they allow footnoting, no? I think for journals, hindi ko na alam pag may mga journals na ba ngayon. Based on our field, wala na mga journal na nag-allow ng footnote. But for mga funding agency for proposal, they allowed footnote. So how to do footnoting? So say for example, say for example, this particular statement has a footnote, no? Instead of discussing it in the body, you can just put it as a footnote. So how to insert? You can actually go to references, position your cursor first, by the way. Let's say, for example, here, then position your cursor here, go to references, and then insert footnote. Then automatic you're gonna have, no? So may mga IBID, oops, no? Or may mga discussion, Marshall, the blah, blah, blah. Okay? You can write your footnote. What is good into this, if you don't know footnote, siguro what you will do, what you did before is from here, enter, 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 no? And then put a line and then type your footnote. The problem is if you will insert a text, it will go to the next slide. I mean, to the next page. But if you will use the footnote function just like this, where's my footnote? Here, this is my footnote. Even if si footnote, where is the footnote ba? Here. Okay, the number is here, it's automatic and place it there. So assuming nag-enter ka kasi there are text, no? And then assuming it moves na to the next page, nothing to worry because the footnote will also move. Oh, see, the footnote is moved. It will go hand in hand together with the footnote reference number. Or what if you have to insert a prior or insert within? So for example, one is here, but you forgot to footnote prior discussion. So example, this one, I have to add a footnote. This should be one, and then the other one should be the second footnote. Nothing to worry because automatic again, it will go into chronological order. So insert footnote, that's automatic number one. So let's say Dave, blah, blah, blah. If you will check the first footnote that you inserted, it now become number two. So this is number two. And here also is number two. So that is footnoting. Okay. It's also automatic, and then you can just simply insert. You can simply insert and then type the correct footnote format. Okay. I hope you were able to follow from your Microsoft Word. I'm checking the chat. There's no question. Okay. Next is the last time I introduced this already about the review. No, just to recall how to add a review. It's say for example this one, you can select, go to review menu, and then you can add a comment. So that is adding a comment. Edit this and blah blah blah. And then your collaborator, if you email this perhaps, let's say for example for your collaborator, you can just click reply. You will say done, no? And then the author of the comment can say resolved. So that's review function. That is very helpful, especially for checking purposes, reviewing purposes, others. Remember the one that I'd installed yesterday? This is my Ginger. Question so far with the inserting symbols, header, footer, break, adding table of contents, footnoting, and next is many journals now, they are first part in their evaluation process is formatting, no? And part of the formatting is the word count, number of spaces. May mga what is this? May mga journal akong na-experience even punctuation mark kasama sa counting. You have to count because they only allow this number of punctuation marks, no? Sometimes it's exaggerated. You feel exaggerated, but there are really reasons for that. Why? Because they control the number. Because if they are going to apply that, if you are going to apply that for any citation or index, blah blah blah, there is actually cost on the number of page, especially prior to COVID, especially for the print publication, medyo mahal yung yung application pag longer number of pages. Kaya they normally limit it to the the shorter the better nga in a research paper. Okay. So I'm sure some of you here knows already word counting and etc. How to do that? You can actually go to your view review, not view, no? Go to, if you are at the home menu, click review menu. Click review menu and look for word count. Okay. The word count, ito yung mga pinaka-importante kasi may mga journals talaga na will say your paper should have this, let's say 20 characters with spaces. I remember a student, hindi naman siya IT, no? In the masters that I advise, I said number of characters should be with spaces and no spaces. Tapos, I was waiting kasi parang I think it's almost a day, hindi pa siya nag-reply. Sabi ko, how many characters with spaces and no spaces? And then nag-message yung advisee, sabi niya, halfway na ako sir, still counting the spaces. No? Meron namang automated dyan. It's found in the review and then word count. So number of pages, 13 words, 3,500 characters, no spaces, characters with spaces, paragraphs, and then the lines. No? So you can do that. And then the check mark also is very important because it will change also the value. May mga publications din na sasabihin all text found in a text box are considered, or all your text boxes should be converted to image para hindi siya maka-count as text. No, may mga ganon. So yung footnote, if naka-footnote, hindi siya i-include as part of the text kasi it will not consume a page. No, it will not consume a page. So that's the word count, which is helpful also in the first reviewing process. Most of the online journal publications, their first level of review, I mean, checking process, focus really more on the formatting, paper template, and most of the time, I think you're familiar, they also have paper template, or they have already a built-in template that all you have to do is to just apply format painter. Oh, talking about format painter, what is that? So for example, most of the online journals they have a template provided. No, let me show to you what I am saying. Let me go to, this is where I usually go submit a paper, I'll go to my publication. Let's say, for example, in this journal, okay, most of the time, if an online journal like this, you can see actually some author guidelines, and then in the author guidelines, you will see mga manuscript template. So all you have to do is to download the doc, meaning that is the Word document template. So when you download the document template, just like this, I am downloading it now. There is a template already provided. Okay. The common mistake of many writers, hindi na sila makapag-maintain of the format. Hindi na mami-maintain. The format is not being maintained kasi nga they miss to use format painter function. No? So ano yan? So say for example, you have like this. Ang gagawin mo is if you have already written your document in a Word document which is not following the template, what you will do is use the template that you just downloaded and then use the format painter. So ano yung sinasabi ko? So say for example, title of the article, what I will do is I will not type it again because I'll just use two screen here para you can appreciate what I was saying. Okay. So since I already have my paper here, this is my paper, my draft, and this is the template, assuming my paper is ready for submission. What you are going to do is to just select. If you notice, hindi talaga sila nagja-jive. They have different format. This one is formatted via Calibri 12. This one is formatted with Times New Roman 12. And some, importante yung mga spaces in between. No, kaya do not alter those. Minsan pag-submit mo ng paper, automatic talaga mag-error kasi your paper did not follow the prescribed template. So ang gagawin mo is select the title, you copy, no, you position your cursor here, nag-enter ka, and then you paste. Okay? So you paste. So, ang nangyayari dyan, all you have to do just to make sure that the format is in the one that you copy, the text that you just pasted will follow the the format of the original paper. Use your format painter function. This is format painter function. Okay? Select yung source ng format. And then you find yung brush, it's a brush icon, and then click format painter, and then you select, and then it will follow even the spacing and then all the formatting feature applied to that text. And then that's the time that you can actually delete. Okay, another example. For example, you need to add here in your abstract, and you have your abstract here. No, in many online journal, even the spacing here is very important. If you will take a look at this, if you notice that is only one space, no, this is only one space, but there is a certain measurement between and after of a word or of a line in Microsoft Word. Ganun ka, kasi nga it's computerized. So whatever is formatted, if you don't follow the format, it's already considered as a mistake or not following instruction. So for example, this one, here, this is in Calibri, and then I will put this na in my abstract. So ang gagawin mo, position your cursor there, enter ka. So actually, the same na siya. Pag nakikita mo, hindi siya parehong-pareho, di ba? O, so is enlarged a little, larger a little compared to here. So ang gagawin, you select your source and then click Format Painter and then you select the item. When you release it, they are actually now the same. Then that's the time that you can delete the text. And you are actually following the correct template. So ganun yung format painter function. Format painter is it will just copy whatever format that you like. The spacing, the color. No, I'll give you an example. So color. Let's say for example that for uh and then let's change this into another one. Okay? So I want this section should the format should be copied to the research goal. So all I have to do is to select this and then go to home, find for format painter. You click format painter and then you select which text you like to be formatted. So when you release, they have the same format with the problem statement. So that is format painter. Simple lang siya, pero I'll tell you, it really helps in making your paper more readable. Remember readability? Okay, hold on for a while. Okay, question so far? I think there's none. Let's format painter. Okay. If none, I will finish on this topic, the advanced tools for research writing using Google Docs. Okay. The Google Docs, I think many of us are familiar, but as I'd mentioned, I will try to make sure that I will review. And then part of the discussion is to consider all participants as from zero to very limited knowledge. Okay, so how to do with Google Docs and more of the, shall we say, a little bit complex functions of Google Docs, especially for writing, which is basically collaborating a document using our using the cloud, in particular our su.edu.ph. Okay, what I will do is I will go to my Google Drive. If you are in your email, you can actually click the app and then you can find Google Docs. If you are not in your email, you don't need to do that. You can also go to Drive, Google Drive, and then enter to your Google Drive. Either way, you can do that. And then you're now in your Google Drive. So in my case, I am now in my Google Drive. Now in my Google Drive, and then I will create a new document. So create new, and then look for Google Docs. Clicking now Google Docs will open just like a Microsoft Word. What is interesting here is you can do collaborative writing, meaning you can write simultaneously in real time. No? Let's say, for example, I'm putting it here, my paper, and I want my co-author to contribute. No? To contribute. Sir Fredley, are you still here? Let me check.
Sir, wala, sir.
Ah, wala. Okay. Steve, I will just
Sir.
add you and then you can just input everything.
Okay, sir.
Sige. So let me share my screen. Okay, so again, how to do that? Hmm. You go to your Google Docs, or if you are in your email, you can click this one and then go to your Google Docs. Or you can go to your Drive, just type Google Drive, enter, and then click on Google Drive sign in. Okay? Once you are in your Google Drive, you can click new. Then look for Google Docs. No? Click for Google Docs, and that is now your new document. It's just like a Microsoft Word, but it is considered on the cloud. Ano yung cloud, no? Parang cloud, andun sa langit, no? Yung cloud. But is a technology now, it's an infrastructure, it's an where data are being saved and stored on the cloud or online. Virtually, it's online, but technically it's still located in a hardware. It's just a big server like in the US or in Europe or in Australia or in Singapore. It depends where is the data center. No, like kita most of the time if our data are in Singapore, if you are, because there's no Philippine center for the data. So our data will go to Singapore. So Google Drive, and then Google Docs, it's on the cloud. It's not being saved in our local computer. So if like this one, assuming this is now my paper, and I want my co-author to be part and to help me improving this paper, all I have to do is to share this, because what you can see, this one is still private to me, no? Private to only me. So I need to give permission to my co-author to encode or to edit this document. So how to do that? I will just click share. Now just skip this because there's no title. There are two ways. You can either input the name of the author, and then just make sure that they are editor. Okay? Assuming all of you are my collaborator, what I will do para ano, it's gonna be easy lang for the purposes of exercise. I'll just click anyone with the link, and all of you will become editor. And then I will click done. And on the chat box, kindly click on the chat box. Click on the chat box so that you can also participate in the collaboration. Steve, just write your name, Steve. So I think Dr. Myra is here. So you can type actually. So Dr. Myra is here. So she can type in real time. Okay? So that's how online collaboration will do. Aside from this, assuming you need to talk to each other, you need to chat to each other. No, there is also a chat, like show chat here. Hi, Christine. Christine has opened the document. Hi, Steve. Can you chat, Steve, just to demonstrate? The chat is here. You have to click because that's gonna be hidden or not hidden. Okay. Hello. Oh, hi, Ma'am Sarah. It's like this, no? So while you are building your document, you can also chat to each other. You can also actually use this in your class. This is what I do for group project, and I wanted to monitor, hi Dr. Edna, and I wanted to monitor who contributed in that particular document. I can trace, no? Pwede nating matrace if may input ba ang particular student. So you can actually do that. So this is the one I'd mentioned, viewer trend, comment trend. Mm. So yeah. So it's something like a little what is this? Logs. And then you can put comments similar to Microsoft Word. So how to add, let's say for example, this one. And if you wanted to put a comment, a side comment, just click plus sign. So like here on my screen, digital world, I put plus sign. Can we change this? And we change this to online world. So something like that. And what is good is you can also reply in the comment. Can you reply? Can I ask you, Dr. Myra? I think you're here. Hi, Ma'am Edna. Oh yes, this one. Ma'am Edna added a comment. I will try to reply. Hello, Dr. Edna. No, and then if done, you can actually Dr. Edna can delete or can still go on with that. So you can actually trace, no? You can trace what you have written or what you were doing into your document. And this is really very helpful, especially now in the pandemic. And then you have a document. It is also applicable in office to office communication, especially you have to decide if you have to decide an announcement or perhaps an annual report. Yes, for administrators, you can use this, Dr. Edna, for the annual report. Just share your Microsoft Word and then they can directly input. No, how to do that? Or for example, you don't want to change the template because there is a template for the the template from the publication or from the office who asked the report. All you have to do is actually upload your document file. So for example, this one, this is the template. I will save this in the download. Okay, save that. And then I want this file to be shared by many, like to all of you, and then you can input. But I don't want to copy and paste this into the Google Docs, meaning directly the Microsoft Word. We will transfer that in or put that into Google Docs. So what we can do is upload the entire file like this. I will go to my Google Drive, upload the file upload, and then I will look for that download, the template, open, and it's uploading, and it should be here. So now the template, let's look for that. Here. The template is here. And most of the time, you will do like this. When that is a document file, when you double click or open it, it's actually automatic. There you go. And you don't need to change because that the template, karga siya kasama yung template when you upload it. And take note is in docx. It's converted. I mean from from the doc file. It's still those doc file, but it's now shareable in real time online. So, para matest talaga natin, I will share this to everyone. Para siyang Google Docs pa rin, but it's still a document file. Anyone with the link can edit. Okay? And then I will paste it to the chat box. There. So you try opening it, and then if you can access the file, let me know. On the chat box, okay, someone here, Wombat. I think oh, we have Sir Bulfa is here. So you can actually edit na. No, you just type, don't worry, it's only a template. So again, from Microsoft Word, pwedeng the entire Microsoft Word, you're going to upload it and then open it as a Google Doc, and all the templates will still remain. So once you are done, if you need to upload it na, all you have to do, being the creator of that document, all you have to do is to click File, download Microsoft Word. Click File, download, then Microsoft Word. And it's the same functionality. You can add a comment. Diba? Country. Country. I can add a comment. And then you can also add a comment. No? Hi, Sir Jules. You can also use this again in your class when you share. Like if you have a document that needed to be inputted by many colleagues in your office, you can actually do this. Magsabot lang. You have to agree which part is for you and which part is for me. Kasi magkataon o baka one will erase. Like see, you try to type Sir Jules. Try to type Sir Jules. Like while Sir Jules is typing, pwede kong pwede kong i-erase siya. Oh, 'di ba? Magkagulo-gulo ang life pag hindi kayo mag-agree to which space is for you or not, no? So, you just have to synchronize your activity para you can trace who deleted who, no? Or which item or part in the paper are deleted by some. Sinong hindi nag-show ang chat? The chat function is this one at the upper part. And I forgot to verify. I'm not sure if an ordinary Gmail has a chat. I think if you are using an ordinary Gmail, your chat is disabled. Okay? So that's your Google Docs. What is good if you will also use your Google Docs, you can schedule. For example, nagmi-meeting na. This is actually every time what I shared, the icon is not anyway in my bar structure, but I can respond to comments. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess for an ordinary Gmail, your account doesn't have an access to chat feature. Not unless your Gmail is subscribed to Google Education. I think that's the reason behind. Okay, and what is good actually if you will do your collaboration in writing. Beside, meron kang calendar, no? Let's say, for example, nagmi-meeting na kayo and then you will say, let's just end this first because we're tired. My brain doesn't work na. So, you can have your calendar. Okay, when are we going to meet again? Oh, those are my activities. Never mind. I have my calendar. No, you can just click your calendar beside and then you can input instead of looking pa your calendar, your literal calendar, and so on and so forth. So that's for your calendar. You can also make a some notes and some tasks to do. You can also do that beside your Google Docs. Okay. So that's really I hope that will help us, no, when we make our. And then what is good also here is you can show your outline. What's the keyword, the section, references. You just click on this part. This is show document outline. So when you go to the second page, when you click that one, the second page, sorry, because we did not add okay. So that's Google Docs. Marami pa, no? There are many features here, but another one. So say for example, I wanted na to, yes ma'am, kasi parang may i-enable lang siya para you can access the chat, no, in the admin setting. So for example, you wanted all the people here can only suggest or can only view, but they cannot edit. So you are viewing, no, and then you are in the editing view. You can. And then what is good also, if in your document, I do this in my class. O sige, I'll give you the right. Now you can present. So what is good if you are in the present mode, present to a meeting, just like this, present to a meeting at 4 o'clock. Get ready. Never mind. No? So automatic itong file na to, automatic if that is scheduled for your meeting in the Google Meet, when you enter your meeting, may naka-prompt na doon sa Google Meet no niya. Do you need this file now when you enter the meeting? Kasi this document this document is attached to a particular presentation. So hindi ka na matataranta sa ano yung file ko. I will share na my file. Hindi na. But you cannot do this for Zoom because Google Docs and Zoom is totally different. But if you will use Google Meet and then this document, you will use this in a particular Google Meet. So you can do that. So by the time that you are going to present na um, there's gonna be a message that will appear that you encoded this document as part of the meeting today para synchronize siya. So it's similar to Microsoft Word. You can input the number, you can format also, and file, and then edit, insert, format. But we normally do this if the file is a template, no, because we don't need to do all the editing, the formatting na, rather just simply inputting. You will just type, no, because the formatting should be done outside your Google Docs. So if you wish na to actually download this, you can do this because you have the editing right. Just go to file, and then download Microsoft Word. Can you do that? Nakapag-download ba? Go to file, and then download in Microsoft Word. Then it's downloading here. When you download, when you open, So see, even the comment are copied because I added a comment. So assuming the comments are okay, all you have to do is to just click resolve, or you can right click and then delete comment. So it will go back to the original format. Again, what I did, if you will see something like this, it's actually the side comment. Parang printed copy, and then you just put all the corrections at the side page, at the side of the page. Para ma-erase siya, just right click and then delete comment. So there is no spaces for the comment. For advisors, you can appreciate if you will do this kasi nga sa sobrang dami nating ginagawa, we cannot anymore recall what were our comments in the previous let's say consultation. Because I always tell to my advisee, do not remove the comments not until I will mark resolve. 'Di ba, Ma'am May? I think Ma'am May Floor is here. My advisee, dissertation advisee. Questions on Google Doc? I think there's none. Yeah, none. Oh, by the way, Google Doc is real-time saving. So you need not to worry. So like if four are inside the document, in real time it will record who's gonna the last touch. Like here in my case, last edit was made 7 minutes ago by Rodolfo Jul Luxin Jr. Something like that. Mhm. Okay. So if there are no questions, we're done with topic 5 on advanced tools for research writing. It may not be advanced for some, but for some who are really new to this kind of tools, this is really really helpful. Okay. Okay. So if there are no questions, I will stop my screen and show again my slide. So we're done with that. Applying some advanced word processing techniques in research writing manuscript. The insert, the table or table of contents, the header, the footer, the footnote, and then the review, and then writing on the cloud using our Google Docs. Okay, my last topic, 2:30. Yeah, hey, my last topic is on. Oh, we're done with this. Sorry. Some trends in publication, use of software tools for indexing, sharing, and publication. So digital identifier using ORCID. In the world of publication, research and publication now, if ang DOI is an ID number for a paper, a digital object identifier, there is now a so-called digital identifier for researcher, and it is called ORCID. And we should get our ORCID number para dili ta left behind, no? Para po na atay na so that we will have our identity, and so that we will have at least an address ba, an address in the world of research and publication. So it is called ORCID, a digital identifier for researcher. Okay, so we will go to that. I will type this and put in hindi na tayo mahiya, no? Kahit wala tayong publication, that's fine. Ang importante lang is meron, the digital world can identify that that number belongs to a certain person, no? Not necessarily that you have published already. So I will put this in the chat box. Put this in the chat box. Okay, I want you to click that. And then I will share my screen. The ORCID looks like this. Can you raise your hand or a thumbs up for those meron ng ORCID number? Sino na ang merong ORCID number? One. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Two. Si Ma'am Gina. Sir Bert. Oh, hi, Sir Bert. Who else? Dr. Telma. Okay, so majority, hindi, wala pa, no? So, sige, gawa tayo ng ORCID number para at least you will not forget me, no? Na I have, sir, I made after your seminar. Oh, yes, sir! Bulpa. Oo, I can recall. I can recall. Yeah, because we had a separate training for online visibility. Yes. Sige, let's have the ORCID. And then for new, I want you to click sign in. Sorry. Register now. You just click sign in and register. And then because you're not, if you don't have your ORCID number yet, click register now. For Seliman, or for if your domain in your school is in Google, you can just click immediately sign in with Google. Okay? And then I will log in. You can actually recover if you forgot your password. So kindly comply all those fields so that you can successfully create your ORCID number. Like in my case, I will just immediately log in. Let me share my screen. Log into my account. What is good in ORCID is siya nang bahala mag-transfer all your publications. Like in my case, when I log in, because ORCID is attached to international databases like Scopus, no, ISI, mga SciMago, they are already attached into that. Or as long as your paper has DOI, no, digital object identifier, it's always transferred there, all your publications. No, so just like in my case, some of my paper are transferred here. And I'm not the one building, I mean, putting all the details here. It's actually, I mean, related to the work. It's the so-called the web crawler, and they are the one who just transferred all the data. Remember, they will find you, no, on anywhere and everywhere on the internet. So what is good into having your ID is all your information related to research is mapadali and put that into a centralized one. And what is good into this is when counting your impact factor and citation, if you have a number, the digital world will find so easy na lang in determining and identifying whose paper is this, who is Dave Marshall, who is Arsenio Bulfa Jr., because you already have the number and that number is irreplaceable. You have to recall and you have to take note, no? You have to take note your ID number. And then aside from your ID number, I even remember uh, I attended a conference and very high-tech conference. In their card, I mean in your what is this conference ID, at the back of the conference ID, no, at the back of the conference ID, they got your QR code. And then I also attended instead of giving the business card, kasi nga save the planet, instead of giving the business card, it's only the QR code of your or seed was given. So parang ganito yung setup. Can I can I ask your business card? Can I scan you? So nag-scan na lang and then people would know who you are because after the QR code, if you click kasi your QR code, you will get your personal QR code that is yours, that is very unique to you, no? So ganun na yung world of research and publication. So all you have to do is to just you scan it and then people will be directed to your ORCID profile. It is called ORCID profile. So always update from time to time your ORCID so that you would know. You have to take down note of you have to take note of your ORCID number. Where to find your ORCID number? Just go to sorry. Uh, okay, this is your ORCID number. Okay, 000-003-006, and it's all connected. Later on, I will tell you also that even in academia, even in ResearchGate, they will also ask you for ORCID number. May mga journals, I'm talking actually in my field, in our field, may mga journals that they ask for ORCID number. And if you don't have the ORCID number, you cannot complete the submission process. So you have to be ready with your ORCID number. Mhm. So continue doing that. Always be active to your ORCID number because there is a so-called alt metrics. It's a metric, is one of the citation nowadays, a trend in impact factor that the more visible your product, your knowledge products, like your research output online, it could add impact factor and even citation. Sige, please complete your data. I hope you have created your ORCID number. Let me know if there is difficulty. I really wanted you to activate your ORCID number because that will help. For first timer, just give ORCID few minutes to build your information, particularly on works, particularly on work, because either you can manually input them or ORCID will have a recommendation if this paper are for you or not. So let's say for example of the works, you can add either search, all type, all graphical, and then so you can also add manually all your previous work. Let me know if you need assistance in creating ORCID. Again, all you have to do is to go to this link orcid.org. When you click, sign in via Google para hindi na makalimutan ang password and you will use your Google account. And then once you are inside, for sure there is no information like this. I deleted, and then you can add. No, click add employer, and then you can add like Silliman University, and then if you notice may mga suggestions na because it's already in the database. Negros Oriental Department, and then row. Never mind, and then you can add to the list. Then you can add more, you can add your education, you can add your distinction, and so on and so forth. Sige, I'll give you time to successfully create para may takeaway tayo at the end of the session. For those who have created, kindly update, no? Kindly update your information, particularly on your works, para you can add up, para your visibility would be increased. So that you can download your ORCID number, I mean your QR code, just click get a QR code of your ID. What will happen to the QR code is actually instead of opening a browser and then going to your ORCID number, we will not do that anymore. All you have to do when you scan, automatically your phone will automatically open to your ORCID profile. You can actually do that using your phone if you have QR code reader in your phone. But I think for many phones right now there are already built in or there is built in QR reader. I think for iPhone we have a kindly complete and give me a thumbs up if you have created na your ORCID number, or you have created na your ORCID number. But again, it's your option. If you don't want to be visible online, you don't need to activate your ORCID number. And then may mga funding agency, international funding agency, that they ask also ORCID number. Actually, mas complicated pa pag mga international funding agency. They have separate databases. You have to fill out online, and so on and so forth. Okay. So activated na. At least activated lang. That's because once the number is assigned to you, it's automatic. The entire research world will already have access to your ORCID number. And you can actually put that in any of your research profile that you have already an ORCID number. So if you will read what is an ORCID number, it's a global non-profit organization sustained by peace of our member organization, because it now becoming a global network of researchers, and then you can actually apply, like if a school wanted to apply to become a member, that can be a part, no? But as an individual researcher with the account, getting an account number is totally free. And what is advantage into this is, again, it would increase your visibility. And once you have ORCID number, it's gonna easy for the science to metrics to recognize and identify if a particular publication or citation belongs to a particular author because or via the ORCID number. That's the benefit of having an ORCID number. To all my colleagues at Siliman, please activate your ORCID number. I hope you have activated it na, so that we can help the university improve our citation. The game now is the more information you feed to the internet, the more visible an organization is. No? So, yan. We need really to um, give more information. Open and free information lang. Wag naman mga private information. We're talking here about research. And when we talk about research, we are obliged actually to share our information. Nakapag-activate na ba? Roll call. For sure, Dr. Myra, meron na. Si Ma'am Sarah, Angela, have you activated your ORCID, Ma'am Sarah? Hi, Ma'am Jennifer Solitana. Sige, go. Nag-set up na gyud kay gi-roll call man. Liz, na kay kuan Liz. or seed?
Yes, sir. Malagin sa pa, sir.
Na busy sa annual report. Yeah. Oo, annual report na nato. Thank you, Ma'am Jennifer. You just created this one, Ma'am Jen, or you had this na before? Yay. Oh, at least we have one new account for Siliman. You can actually strategize that. Can you, if you can tell your colleagues in your department to please activate their ORCID, because the more accounts attached to a certain organization, the visibility has higher opportunity also to increase. You can also do that for maybe the Miriam College is also doing this, and USJR and NORSU and Southern Christian College and University of the Cordilleras. Okay, so that for ORCID. Next is indexing via indexing literature using our Google Scholar. We will try to see indexing literature using Google Scholar. Share my screen. Our next is this one, the second, indexing literature using Google Scholar. Sige, so what is Google Scholar? Google Scholar is tool, an online tool that can count our impact and that can measure, assess, calculate our citation indices. No? So click that one, scholargoogle.com. So you can click scholargoogle.com. So clicking that one will give you, you can go to scholargoogle.com. So what is this? If it's in actually Google, it's Google. If our account is attached to this, meron na tayong actually Google Scholar, but we just have to activate it para magiging active siya. How to activate it is just, you just have to activate. You try, sinong wala pang Google Scholar? Sino yung, who among you here have not activated their Google Scholar? Not activated their Google Scholar. Who among you here hindi pa active yung Google Scholar? So lahat, majority are active na? Sige. So how to activate our Google Scholar? You try when you are at Google, at scholar.google.com.ph, you type your name. If you can find your name, then that means you will have your, what is this? You can have your, or your account has activated already. So for example, I'll try to check Dave Marshall. So this is how Google Scholar works. So if you notice, I have my own Google Scholar. Were you able to check or to click the Google Scholar? Na-check ba natin? And then pag wala, no, you can actually go to your profile. It's still in Google, so all you have to do is to log in via your Google account. I will try to log out. Sign out. Okay. So I'm signing out now, and then I will Google Scholar. And then once you are in Google Scholar like this, and if you are not signing in yet, all you have to do is to click sign in, and then go to your Google account. Of course, input your password. So you are now in the Google Scholar. Now click my profile, and that is your Google Scholar profile. Then once you are in your Google Scholar, you will see a figure here like a graph, a bar. Okay. That is actually the citation values. No? So like on my case, sample, citations all 155, and then since 2016, 114, H index is 7, and then 6 since 27, I index is 4, and then since 2016 is 2. 'Di ba? Most of the time accreditation will ask na there is a column na now in mga accreditation document, researcher list, tapos may column on citation value. Dito yang kinukuha. Okay? So we have to really create our profile and work to increase our citation value. Okay? We have a separate training on how to calculate each of these, the H index, the I-10 index, and mga strategies how to expedite, no? How to expedite. Kasi this is online eh. This is online, and if the computer, if the internet will not find your document, it will not also give you an accurate citation. No? Say for example, we have our renowned um, what is this researcher at the university, but if their document if their paper is not online, it's not being counted, therefore their citation is not accurate because their paper is not online. Well, what if you were publishing 1970s, you started publishing 1970s, and there were no online journals before? No, kaya yung ginawa nung iba, I know some universities abroad, for their old journal article, they really have to transpose it into a text file and then put it into the online journal. They are curating it, putting it into a new phase para yung citation will still count to the researcher. Kasi dit may mga researcher talaga in the Philippines na ang gagaling, but they started already since way back the world of online publication and research. So therefore, their citation is low per their online visibility. For us in the new generation, walang problema 'yan kasi every time we uploaded our document, no, like paper conference, and so on and so forth. By the way, all these things, I did not input this one. It's actually the Google Scholar that crawls to the internet and then pick, this is Dave Marshall. So I will put this in the profile of Dave Marshall. No, so I inputted also co-authors. I have to include the co-authors because that will also give more of my altmetrics value or my opportunity to be cited. So that's and then you can also look at who cited you. No, like in my case, I can click this one, and then you will see the impact of your paper. Oh, my paper now is in the journal of this one. And then you can see naman, you can identify, oh, this is my paper is cited in Thailand, my paper is so on and so forth. No, it will also help you something like it can boost your morale looking at your paper being cited all around the world, no? And then you can actually monitor, no? You can actually monitor, and then because every time if someone cited you, you will be prompted naman, which is on my next tab. So for my colleagues at Siliman, I hope you have activated your Google Scholar, because that will also help our university improve our citation. So this is where we got the citation value and the impact value. For journals, that's a different story. They have their own, there is a different way of calculating a journal, the impact of the journal. And that's bibliometrics, no? The part of the bibliometric system. The journal impact, the GIF. I hope we done very good. And then wait lang ka, Ma'am Jennifer, because if you already have papers online, like if the title of your paper is posted in a conference website or posted in somewhere else, uh, Google Scholar will actually not transfer, but duplicate, mirror that information to your data. No ID yet for ORCID. That's okay, Ma'am Anabi. Anbi. No, because just like this, I'm not the one putting it here. Sometimes, sometimes actually may mga paper na maligaw, and then it will be added into your, especially my name, my family name Marshall, and then there are some that the first name is Marshall, it's added. That's why I always check my Google Scholar from time to time, because there are papers that are not supposed to be mine and added into my paper. You will see also different characters because I have paper publications that are translated into two different languages. So may mga paper na ganito. So if you will click like where is this one? Like this way. If you will click that one, you will know what is the source or where this paper is saved or located. So like this one, no? If I will click mobile learning experiences, I would know that the author, the journal is in International Journal of Scientific Engineering and Science. This is cited by one person. No, and then you can click and then you can download without going through or without going to the journal, because sometimes we don't know where that journal is located. Google Scholar. Nasaan na ba ito? Here. And then you can establish your profile also at Google Scholar. You can input your You can upload your avatar, your picture, your photo, and then you can edit also your you can edit your um, area of interest, and then you can click save. Know how to edit, like the pen button there, pencil, and then you just click, and then you can edit your areas of interest. And then if you have a home page, you can also put your home page there. Okay, please don't hesitate to put in the chat box if you have questions. So if we are done with the Google Scholar, again, Google Scholar is an indexing literature software or system or online tool. It's an indexing ang the Google Scholar, what Google Scholar did, all your literature, all your product, knowledge product, research output are being indexed. So the index, like who cited you, they can monitor and so on and so forth. And what happens now is Google Scholar parang default calculator for citation impact value, or the H index and the I-10 index. There are actually many calculators, online digital tools that can calculate citation factor or citation value. But what the default now is in the Google Scholar, because this is very user friendly. Many people has their own Google account, and they're just using their Google account also to improve and establish their Google Scholar profile. Okay. Once you have uploaded already your or activated your visibility both in ORCID and in Google Scholar, the next suggestion also is put or make your research output available online or to be visible online. And this is where you can create a research network, or you should be part of at least isa man lang na research network, no, aside from our professional network, because um, joining in a research network will expand, no, will expand obviously our connections, our collaboration, and talking to an author is gonna be easy by just messaging them, and then you can write, you can ask, and you can even request for a copy of their paper via the research network facility. Okay. The research network facility is, in this case, I will introduce two, but I want you to decide which one do you like to use. In my case, I use both. No? I use both because just to make sure that no one will use my profile. So I have two. So let's create our academia.edu. So I will put this in the chat box. And then you click that, and then you will be brought to this academia.edu. So unsa man ni siya? What's academia? Academia is a repository, no? It is a repository of any type of academic document, not necessarily an article, not necessarily a journal article, because you can also upload books, you can upload periodicals, pages of a periodical, you can upload bibliographies or As I mentioned, any type of academic paper. No, there are some. I always ask this. I mean, many students will always ask me, "Sir, is academia a reliable site for citation?" No, in the first place, that is a wrong question. So, reliable ba yung content na andyan sa academia? Depende sa content, depende sa paper na ina-upload. Kasi pwede naman kasing, let's say for example, Journal X. That Journal X doesn't have online equivalent version. No, I experienced that. I have a journal na hindi siya available online, walang equivalent na online version. So para yung paper ko maging visible online and people would know that I have this paper, what I do is I scan the pages, no? I scan the pages and then I uploaded it in Academia and put it on Academia. So the scenario is Academia again is an online repository. It's not a journal. Okay? It's not an ebook, but it's a repository that people can input or can upload their document. And then inside the academia, there are mentions, there are audience. So what are these? Because they have their own analytics. It's already a business, but before kasi when they first introduced this is just a dissertation of a computer science student. And they are trying to create this, and this time they're making business out of it. So the premium one, if you wanted to know the analytics, like if you wanted to know who checked your profile, if you wanted to know who or what happens to your paper, because academia also can help improve and increase opportunity to be cited. Para siyang driver, para siyang it's a platform para mag-accelerate yung opportunity para yung paper mo is cited. Kasi meron silang mga advertisement, parang isasama na siya in mga recommendations. Remember yesterday, I introduced to you literature analytics. If you will subscribe to their premium, your paper will always be introduced and recommended. So that is actually, I know some universities abroad that they use academia to spread and to promote and advertise the articles in their campus or in their university. So just like this, oh, why do I always receive emails from academia telling me that my name has been mentioned by certain articles? Now, as I'd mentioned in academia, not necessarily journal article. You can even upload your love letters. You can upload your your ID card, your any document can be uploaded in the academia. Now, why there are mentions? Posible siya na you are a member of a certain group. Because in academia, para siyang Facebook that you can create a network. You can create a member who you can also follow a researcher, no? You can also follow a group of researchers, and you can also follow mga courses. Now, why? And I have been emailing researchers. So for example, in my case, I have mentions here. It's opening. Academia now is growing because before they don't have courses. Now you can offer a course. Okay. This is the one I'd mentioned. If you wanted to know who mentioned you, okay, um, they can give you the analytics, but you have to pay. You have to pay. Just like this, interesting sana. Like in my case, three of my papers are highly mentioned. No, are highly mentioned, but unfortunately, I don't have money to subscribe. So I would not know that. Parang patikim. This is actually their business. And then you will really see. I tried before, no, just for the purposes of experience. I tried that paying. It depends kasi on what do you want, eh. Paying around mga $12, I think, just for the purposes of exploration. I pay that, and then you can really look at the geographic location of the paper of the person mentioned you, the profile of the the profile of the author that mentioned you, and all those statistics that you wanted to know, and all those data or information that you wanted to know are provided by the premium account of um, academia. There is annual, but there is also something like on-demand service, depende lang of what you want. Okay. Then, what is good in the academia is if your academia is activated, you will receive if you set your setting here. No, if you have your settings, account settings, your academia, and then account settings here. When you click that one, you can activate your email notification. So if you don't want to receive any notification from academia, just go to your profile and then email notification. You can just switch it off. And then your network, you can also switch it off. And you will not receive na, Ma'am Sarah, Ma'am Angela. No, but sayang din, di ba? I normally just switch it on and then I just manage my email para it will automatically be deleted. Okay, because it would be nice also to see, congratulations, Dave Marshall, you reached 6,000 readers. Yun nga ganun. But sometimes, again, may mga duplicates of your name. So you just have to make sure that your name is really, you are the one using that name. Because the world is using this. So especially if you have two names, pwedeng Sarah, Sarah Angela could be a mention of your name, but not necessarily the Ragay. That is why part of their business, they will send you notification that your first name is mentioned. And then you can create your social profile. Pwede siya that make my Facebook link visible on my profile. You can set also your language. You can set your privacy settings. Again, is an option because I know some researchers don't want also to make their life miserable online. Ayaw nila mag-activate ng Google Scholar. Takot daw, no? Baka daw hindi na magiging private. Hindi naman. You can actually set the privacy setting. Okay. Next to this, the last topic is the other option for you for your researcher network, using the research gate. Research gate, you just type this one. Again, it's your option. Which one do you like? Either academia and research gate. In my case, I use both. And then I just leave it there. So everyone, research gate. Create, or I mean click research gate. And this is my research gate. This is my account. No, someone mentioned me here. This one. What is good into this is it will produce a network. So say for example, my paper is cited by Juan de la Cruz. And then the paper of Juan de la Cruz is cited by by Maria. You would know that because the system will tell you that you are now second degree connection with Maria. Parang contact tracing. No? So may mga ganon. Kaya minsan you will be confused if you are really the one mentioned by academia or ResearchGate, but it's not. It's only the contacts that made, or it's only the person or author that made you in connection with. Then there are suggestions also in the ResearchGate, like beside you will see the suggestions, and if you will look at also the suggestions, it's actually also in the same interest, no, like yours. So how to activate? Go to your research gate. I'll just log out. Okay, so once you are in research gate, just click on join for free. Click on join for free. Just you can actually read that, but just click join for free, and then just tell if you are academic or student, corporate, not a researcher. So academic, and then you can input Silliman University. My suggestion to my colleague, please input Silliman University, and then you can continue, and then please follow the instruction. Why I always advise to always attach to the university para we can help the university. Kasi every time there is a mention about you, madadrag yung university. It will connect to the university. And then the more, or let's say for example, Dave Marshall is cited, and then I included my Seliman. By the time Dave Marshall is mentioned, it's a point to Seliman University also. No? That's how, but it's not really 1:1 counting. There is a certain formula. So ngayon kasi yung labanan is really visibility. The more visible our products online, the more impacts are there. Diba? You just imagine if you are doing a review of related literature, if there is a paper suggested or recommended, obviously you will take it. And there is a chance that you will be cited. So bakit siya nai-recommend ni ano pangalan ng tool? Ni JA Store? Because that paper is visible everywhere. And then the system would thought na common and familiar ito. So therefore, I will take it and then I will recommend this to them. Yun ang sinasabi ko nga na magpupush siya for a more opportunity for your paper to be cited. Kasi may mga ganong system na online. May mga recommendations. And then part of the tip also is always make sure to have a keyword of your articles, or every time you upload a document, always have a keyword, because that would help also. The more, the merrier, and the more opportunity that you will be cited. Questions? I will stop my sharing. If you have questions, feel free to chat on the chat box. I hope you have activated your Google Scholar, and at the same time, at least one of the two, ResearchGate or Academia. In the Academia or ResearchGate, you can upload even your PowerPoint. You can also do that. You can upload your PowerPoint because these are repository. Okay, I think there are no questions, and that's all for this afternoon session. And I hope you learned something from that. Let me share my screen so that you would know where to download the file, all the files here. You can access and download all the resources. You can go to this. I will type this the chat box. You can download all the materials from day 1, day 2, and day 3. And then all the recordings will be uploaded also into that site. You just have to make sure to input the password. So this is the one I mentioned. So this is the file, day 1. You can download it, just click, and then you will see there. Okay. And then day 2, and then day 3. We will be posting all the recordings also if in case you will need to recap, I mean to review, because you were not able to follow during the discussion. Okay. And I hope you learned something naman siguro, no? For for the 3 days. What else? Okay. And I would like also to advertise. Steve, can you show
Okay, sir.
our next crash course also at 2 days, 2 afternoon session. It's a it's a short course on using digital tools to increase research visibility. What we discussed today is only it's patikim lang, no? Patikim. It's like an appetizer. It's a short course, a 2 day short course. Here we will tell you the mapping of discussing the basic of journal impact factor, citation index, and the article level metrics. Here we will be discussing about the world of science to metrics to bibliometrics, and then discussing to you how to or what is the computation of journal impact factor, and then the citation, because I mentioned a while ago that it's not only Google Scholar. There are some other tools in 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 the universities that I know in abroad, na sila yung meron silang mga tool talaga which is part in their incentives program. They are not dependent on Google Scholar, but they have their own tool. And there are open software actually that we can, what is this? We can customize so that we can build also our own um, our own network within the university in terms of research productivity. And then we will be discussing also mga new trends in the so-called article level metrics. I offered this before to Seliman. I think this is the one mentioned by Sir Bulfa. You don't need to attend this one, Sir Bulfa. You attended this one, no? Um, remember if you can remember, Sir Bulfa, the hashtag. No, hashtag is a very significant symbol in online research visibility, and it has connection to citation. I'll tell you, no, mga hashtag and iba pa. So that is actually called part of article level or alt metrics system. And then part of the learning outcome of the short course also is to apply strategies to increase research visibility. Although after 2 years, I may based on experience and on readings and research also, there are new strategies in increasing research visibility, and there are ways in increasing research visibility: individual level, operational, and organizational level. I would focus more on the individual level. Of course, I can give some tips on how the organization can increase visibility. Of course, this is free for Seliman University community. If you are interested, you can scan the QR code. You can scan the QR code, or Steve, can you chat the link?
Noted,
Can
sir.
you can you chat the link where to register? The same process. Our staff will mail via LBC the official receipts And if you need for the liquidation, we can scan it and email it first, and then to follow ang hard copy of your official receipts. Okay, so I guess, and then please help us improve also our crash course by filling out our evaluation form. Steve, can you chat the evaluation form so
Yes,
that
sir.
our participants can just click on it? And please type correctly your complete name on the evaluation, because that's gonna be our basis in the printing of your certificate of participation and attendance. So please, spelling and everything para we can send you the correct information. Okay. So can we have our last family picture? Last good. Photo op for the day 3. If we can request also the others, if your web camera and your computer will allow you to switch on your camera, please do so, so that our colleague Steve can also take a photo. Hi, Ma'am Jen. Busy, busy. Sige. Others are switching on pa their video camera. Let's wait. Hi, Ma'am Dinoy.
Yes, sir. Naputol ko ganina.
Participant.
Oo. Let's wait for the others because I see still connecting. Kung tinuod
Why
na
can't
gid nga
I
connect.
share my screen? Sir,
Oo.
why
Yes.
can't I share my screen? It says here, host disabled participant screen
You don't
sharing.
need to share your
Oh,
screen,
so
ma'am.
what should I do? What shall I click?
Just on your video.
Video, start.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, can I start it because the host has stopped it? The host has stopped it. Maybe. Nana.
Video.
You cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Camera, ma'am, i-turn on yung camera.
Asa man yung camera?
Ako na kang
kanang-
gikuan, ma'am. Ako na kang gi-request to turn on. Oh, there. Oh, na ma'am ano.
Okay, thank you.
Oo. Mao to siya. Sige. Naapa ba? Naapay nagkuan? I think there are still some still connecting. Connecting. Oo. Atong hulaton si Ma'am Jenny mahiluna na naiyahan. Joke ra, ma'am.
Wala.
Sige, Steve.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
take Okay, smile for 10 seconds again.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
Ay, it's already. Ay.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Okay, 1,
Daghang
2, 3,
salamat. Napa.
smile.
Good afternoon
Okay,
and
thank
thank
you.
you. Thank
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank
The
you.
evaluation for this session is on the chat box.
Mommy.
Thank you, Dr. Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Carmen. It's nice to see you. Long time no see.
Oo nga.
Oh, no.
Multitasking tayo.
Oo, always.
Sorry. Ingat lang. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Dr. Telma, thank you. Say hi to please extend my regards to Ma'am President. Thanks, Sir Bert.